Good evening, welcome. This is What's Your Story? I am Catherine Mwangi here at the Gem Suites in Nairobi, Riverside. We are having a conversation tonight with a group general manager of this beautiful place. We're going to get to know what is Gem Suites, how did it come to be, what's his role, his background. He's only 35, but he has a story to tell. He's been, well, all over the world. Welcome to the program, Isaac Nabi.
Thank you very much.
Group GM, looking so sharp.
Thank you.
Eh?
It's all grace of God.
It's the grace of God.
Yes.
First of all, I have to say thank you for your hospitality
You're most welcome.
and giving us such a beautiful space to tape from. I mean, your guys are really incredible. You have a great team.
I'm glad you're loving it.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
we do. And the food too.
Amazing.
For real, let me not lie. Even the crew here can attest. Your hospitality, your warmth is avant-garde. It's very high.
We are honored.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, and your look. So tell me about your look, first of all. You know, we're just talking about your glasses before the show began.
This is a trademark. You know, in life, you need to have a trademark, something that people associate you with.
Okay.
If it's your shoes, if it's the jacket you wear,
Yeah.
if it's your phone.
What is your phone?
Of course, it's iPhone 14.
It's not just a phone, it's
No,
iPhone
it's
14.
iPhone 14. Yeah. With 3 cameras, 3 lenses. Yeah.
With 3 lenses.
Yeah.
Isaac. And then the look. So yours is the glasses.
Yeah, you need to have a trademark, something that people can associate with.
Right.
You have to stand out in life, in anything you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, you really have to stand out.
So when it comes to physical, your glasses.
So you can identify me with my glasses.
Eish.
Actually, I have quite a number of pairs, and all of them are
That style, eh?
this style.
Quite a number of pairs.
Quite a number of them.
Hey, leo tutafanya hii show aje?
Because you are in the corporate world, your looks really matters. The way you look, the way you present yourself, it says a lot from the first interactions. It says a lot about you.
So these are some of the things it appears you share with your team here.
True, you have to. They have to look nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you get your clothes from,
Yeah.
even if it's mtumba.
Yeah.
If you get a t-shirt and you iron it, and someone who is just wearing a mtumba and it's not ironed, there's a big difference. So you have to look neat.
Attention
and
to
sharp.
detail.
Yes.
Like what happened to me before the show.
That I saw it.
You saw. Okay, so let's talk about, I mean, you're young, 35.
Yes.
And you're running this chain of hotels.
Yes.
So first of all, we'll get to that. We'll get to what you do here and now.
Okay.
But you didn't just start at the top.
Definitely.
Where'd you start?
I knew I would be a hotelier.
Oh, is it?
I knew that because my elder brother took that path. And I was longing to travel. I was longing to be someone one day and to become a manager. So it's a vision that I had from 10, 12 years when I was 12 years old. And then growing up, you know, I had to keep the dream. I knew I'll be that. Apart from that also, I wanted to be a police officer.
What was attractive about being a cop?
I used to see, you know, during these National Day celebrations, and I used to see how the police would march at Nyayo Stadium, and at that time at Uhuru Park.
Yeah.
And my dad once took me to a celebration at Uhuru Park, and those, they're called the kifarus and everything when the itineraries, and they are displaying all those, you know, weapons. And I used to say, I need to be here one day. Actually, I gave it a try. I went for like 4 recruitments. After making me run 32 laps, then they're telling me that you failed in maths. Instead of just telling me you failed in maths, don't
run.
Don't run.
They made you run fast.
They made me run fast. Yes.
So it was that serious. You wanted to get into the forces.
I wanted to get into the forces. I tried. I was a scout in primary school.
Yeah.
Immediately after Form 4, whenever there was a recruitment, I tried. But whatever God had is what the first dream that I had. That is what God wanted me to be. And here we are today.
Imagine that.
Yes.
So where'd you grow up? Which part of town?
I grew up in Kariobangi, a place called Downtown.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was started downtown because of the Jamaican, I think, downtown when late 90s and early 2000 when crime was crime. You know, when boys used to be shot dead. So we used to call it downtown.
I see.
Yeah.
So
So that is where we grew up.
How many siblings are you?
We are 6.
Okay.
I'm the fourth one.
Okay.
So we are balanced. 3 boys, 3 girls.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
So what was life like? So if you grew up, I don't want to call it, I don't want to call it a slum, is it?
It's a slum.
It's a slum?
It's a slum. It's a shanty, it's a slum.
So like how many rooms were like your house?
We started off with 1 room, 10 by 10, 6 kids. And actually we used even to rear animals inside that house.
2 parents, 6 kids,
Yeah.
and some animals.
And that house was self-contained.
Wow.
The curtain separates the bedroom. Then there was the living room area. Then the kitchen was separated with another pazia. So they cook somewhere there. Then there's that a man's bedroom, it's there. Then there's a chair in the living room.
Where do you sleep?
On the floor. At night, we take the table. Then we spread mukekas and we sleep down. All of us. Mark, sometimes you have relatives visiting without telling you they're coming. You know, those days there were no phones. So they wake up, you wake up at 5 a.m., somebody's knocking your door. The only thing he has is maybe a chicken or fish
You're
or
saying it in
ugali.
a way so funny.
It's life. This thing happened.
Did you feel it like it was different, or did you feel like something is amiss?
You know, when you're poor and the whole neighborhood is poor, you don't see. I used to see like we were rich back then. Because
Really?
everybody else was poor. You know, when everybody else is poor and surrounding you, you don't realize these things. Until I went abroad is when I noticed, guys, we were poor.
Wait, by the time you were going abroad for your studies, you were there. You still lived there.
I left from there. But now the life was, everybody, you know, at some point, I think my dad saw the family was growing and now he got the next room, which had a connecting door. So we had now 2 rooms. So one was like the bedroom and the living room, and the other was the kitchen and where we sleep.
So you felt wealthy in that neighborhood.
Very wealthy. But the level of poverty was real. I can tell you growing up was not easy.
Yeah.
But back then we used to love each other. The neighborhood was so nice. It was just a family, everybody. We were brothers keeper and everything. So growing up was not easy.
Was it violent?
It was violent. Because I can tell you, I've lost a lot of friends there that we grew up with. I can't even count. I'm telling you a true story. And I wanted to tell you something. Growing up, you know, when we didn't notice we were missing things.
Yeah.
In the entire Kariobangi, there was only 1 TV. There was
it
only
in your
1 guy.
house?
No. What do you say? Our house. There was 1 guy who had a TV. So, you know, for you to go and watch the TV there, sometimes you see like the house which we used to go to school with 1 kid from that house. So, mkipatiwa mandazi, you have to cut that mandazi half. You go hunger him so that he can allow you in to watch the TV.
With a half mandazi?
Yeah. Those are the things that you could bribe people with. If you're lucky enough to cook chapo, you take half for him. Ama mkitoka shule unambebea bag ndio uende kwa muone TV.
Oh.
Yeah. But we never realized that it was that bad. I'm telling you.
No.
So, and I'm not shy to say, it was not that easy. But by the grace of God, with my parents who knew God, and they kept on telling us, you guys, one day you'll have good life. He invested in education in us. And we, you know, all of us, I believe we're okay now.
So where did your ambition to study abroad come from in that environment?
I didn't even know it will happen. You know, sometimes you don't know your destiny. But things just come and take shape later on in life.
Yeah.
I have a very prayerful mother. And I'm telling you, from when I was born until now, my mom prays every day from 3 a.m. to 6. To 6. She sits down on the floor from 3 and she prays for everybody. She'll mention your name like 100 times every day. I think it reaches a point where God says, something has to change. I think I was a chap guy when I was growing up. Can you believe at the age of 10, my mom will send me to Kikomba.
To do what?
To go and buy. There's a lady there called Mary. She's still there and she still sells vegetables. So she will take me to number 28. That was the matatus going to Kikomba from Kariobangi. Give me like 50 bob. Then I go there, I give that lady the 50 shillings. Back then, 50 shillings will get you like half gunia of vegetables. So, ananiekea kwa kichwa. Again, we go to the matatu. I come back home. We used to eat skuma every day from January to December.
With ugali?
With ugali.
Every
I'm telling
day?
you, every single day. When we were lucky, when my dad goes to Shags, he comes back with fish. It's a celebration. But every single day.
Was your dad working?
He was working. He was working with the county council. He was a clerk. And my mom also was an administrator. But at some point, we felt like now, when we were getting around 14, 13 years, we started to feel actually we are poor. Because I didn't realize when I was young, but at some point I noticed my mom, actually I always get so emotional, had only two dresses. Only. One, I think it was a yellow one and a black one. And one pair of sandals. She wears this every day, going to work. Anabadilisha tu, kama si yellow, anabadilisha ingine. And one sandal. So the funny thing with the sandals, every Sunday you have to take them to the cobbler, kushonwa, because she's walking to work and coming back. But I'm glad now, by the grace of God, she's okay.
Yeah. So she lived that kind of sacrificial life because of her kids.
Yes.
She needed to.
And another thing, she used to make sim-sim. You know, at night before we sleep, and peanuts. Then we take a newspaper, you cut it, we pack them. So she will go and sell them during break time because she was working in a school. So at night before we sleep, it was mandatory we help her make those sim-sim.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All the kids?
All the kids, you sit down.
So to this day, you can make sim-sim?
Hey, but I don't, the process is hectic because it's made like ugali.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maji na that?
No, not maji. It's sugar. You let it boil, and then you put the sim-sim, and then you
Stir.
kama ugali.
Really?
And then you roll it while it's hot. So you put your hands in water, and then you roll it. Yeah.
So you used to do that?
We used to do that a lot.
Because she needed to make an extra coin to educate her kids.
That is it. And by the grace of the Lord, no one in our home, no one in our house was ever sent home for school fees. No one. No one.
That's amazing.
Yes, no one.
That's amazing. And how did you escape, you know, so what we call like slum, peer pressure, you know, the drugs, the crime?
Actually, now when I was done with class 8, do you believe we were like 100, more than 100, 120 in that Kariobangi North Primary School? And like 40 of us only went to high school.
40?
Like 40.
What happened to the rest?
Most of the guys, they're no longer there. Most of them died. A lot of the girls in that class got married at an early age. Some of them didn't pursue, so they went for these short courses like beauty and everything. But very few. I can count for you. We didn't make it. So, you know, in class 8, if mtu amelead KCP out of 700, akona max 300. So you can imagine how watu wamefail kwa hiyo shule. So actually, when I did class 8 first, I failed because I was number 72.
Out of?
120, na mtu amelead akona 300. So you can imagine what I got the first time. So I had to repeat.
You repeated?
Now my mom took me to another school to repeat class 8. That is where I got good grades.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, wow. So you managed somehow to not get involved in...
I did manage. And my dad insisted. I was called in a day school. He didn't want. He took me to a boarding school.
I see.
Called Sawagongo High School.
Where?
That is, it's in Siaya, somewhere in Game. Yeah.
That's your shags?
Not our shags, but our shags is in Bondo. But I was just taken to a school in Siaya. Not far away from our...
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and then now you finished high school. What was high school like?
In fact, the first day I was taken to high school, I think my dad literally threw me from a frying pan into a fire.
Why?
I joined Form 1, I can't forget, 3rd of March. You know, school, they close in early February before Easter. So I joined on a Friday, and Monday they were the exams.
Oh, okay.
So I had 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, to copy notes. But on Monday, there was the exams. I became number last. Because I didn't know anything. I'm serious. Because you joined, I was the last actually to join Form 1.
And you failed your first exam.
Terribly. And I was paraded. They used to parade bottom 10 and top 10. So I remember this teacher saying, in the very, very last position, he worked tirelessly hard to achieve the last position. He goes by the name of Isaac Dabi. So you have to walk the walk of shame, and then you are paraded there. And I think that gave me a motivation.
True.
I said I'm not going to appear there again. And growing up in life, I felt like it was so insensitive to do that, because
course,
you can
yes.
take someone's morale down completely.
It's traumatic, actually.
It's traumatic.
Yes.
But I'm so grateful of that school.
Yeah.
It is where my life
Was molded.
was molded. You know, a very nice school whereby sports guys are active, co-curriculum activities, and the teachers were good. My teacher from Form 1 to Form 4, Mr. Philip Mbidio, encouraged me when I was the last day of my exams at Form 4. And I remember him telling me something. He said, Isaac, it doesn't matter what grade you get. What matters is how do you pick up from there. Yeah.
Wow.
Those words still ring in my
Ring
mind. He's
in your
still there.
mind. Yeah.
And we're still in touch.
Oh, with him?
Yes.
So after high school, what the dream for being a hotelier was still there?
It was there. So I go back home. My sister had just also finished high school a year before. And she wants to go to Kampala to study. My dad had retired the same year, 2004. Remember, my mom and dad used to work for the county council.
Yes.
And they used to be paid peanuts. Sometimes, you know, their salary will take 6 months, 7 months, no salary. I remember even my mom chasing one day our landlady. She said, ndakupiga ngumi ukirudi hapa, endo itishe Moi pesa yako. I remember clearly that day. And a landlady, which was called Lester, she just left. So coming back home, I'm trying to figure out, where do I start? Because my dad has put it clearly, my son, I don't have money. All my benefits, I'm going back to Ushago to build. I'm taking your sister to Kampala, which will take all of my money. But I'll tell you one thing. Be patient. Just be disciplined the same way you are. God knows about tomorrow. Those were his words. And he repeated, God knows about tomorrow. And that is how he left that topic. We never discussed school again, even college with him. So my mom kept on encouraging me. I remember my dad was a church elder. So after high school, he used to take me. We go to the church, he tell me, let's go. We just sweep the compound. We come back. We relax. My mom on Saturday, we go to church. We come back. And my mom used to encourage me a lot. She used to encourage me a lot. So that is when I was now like, I don't have money to go to college, but police recruitment is free. So that is when I was going for these police recruitments. I went to like 4 of them. Police and army, AP. You know, they make you run, and they don't tell you that because you didn't do well in maths, you're not qualified. So later on, I was home and thinking like, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
Then a friend of mine was working in Masai Mara. So whenever he used to come back at Kariobangi, he used to splash a lot of money. So I'm like, it was called OT. I'm like, OT, so you take me to Masai Mara, I go and also get this cash. He tells me, okay, Isaac, I'm going to talk to the manager so that he can allow you to come and train. So that next time when I'm going back, we go with you. And he kept his word. The guy went to Mara. He came back. He told me, I talked to this manager called Mr. Okoth. Okoth agreed. And we went with him. I was only 19.
Oh.
I was still very young.
Yeah.
So going to Masai Mara, that is the first time now, you know, I was alone out of high school. We went at a very bad time. It was a low season. You know, when it's a low season in Mara, there are no tourists.
Yeah.
Very few. In a day, you can see like 2-3 vans. And now it means in the hotel that I was training, maybe in a day they have 1 guest or 2. So they don't even cook. So you have to make your own food. You have to do this. That was an eye-opener. I went there, I saw how things ran. I said, this is where I belong. So from Mara, njaa ikakuwa mingi. I said, I'm not going to stay there. I came back to Nairobi. Then, while still figuring out what to do, I joined barista Dorman's Coffee Barista Training School, a short course.
Yeah.
So after joining, actually, when I was just doing the attachment, they absorbed me in there so fast. And there is where now my hospitality journey really began, because the manager that I was working with, called Sam Jiru, Sam molded me. Sam showed me how things are done straight. He told me, Isaac, in this life, there's no shortcut. Don't try to steal. Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
Just focus, do your job.
Yeah.
And what he said is, when you focus and you do your job from your heart, someone is always watching. It's either a client who comes there or God is watching you. So your day will come. He used to tell me that. Your day will come.
You've had such impactful people in your journey, eh?
Trust me, a lot of them. I mean, I'm still in touch with each and every one of them.
Really?
I'm still in touch with
So
them.
it's like they were like destiny helpers in different stages.
They were
of your-
destiny helpers.
Yes.
Until to date, I believe I still have them. Because when Sam helped me, again, there was another destiny helper who came and told me, Isaac, there are some jobs somewhere. Can you apply? Yes, I did apply. And I got an opportunity to go out. That
Of the
is
country?
Of the country.
Ah, so that's how that came about.
That is how that came about.
Okay. So we'll come to that
Yes.
in a few minutes. We have to take a short break. As you hydrate with your water brand, I can see you
Yes.
have purposely put your water bottle there.
Yeah, Gem. This is a special water.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you drink it, then we see how special it is.
It is.
We are taking a very short commercial break. What's Your Story is back just in a few minutes. Don't go too far.
Wait until you get there. They take you through like 3 months of training for something that you think you know. You understand that you don't know anything. Proper training. They make you understand their values, their mission, what they stand for. They want to instill that in you so you can bring it out. I was the only one in 4 seasons, Jumeirah Beach, who used to handle VIP guests, top VIP guests,
In your 20s?
in my 20s.
Welcome back. It's What's Your Story here on KTN Home. I'm Catherine Mwangi, speaking with the Group General Manager of Gem Suites, which is where we are here in Riverside. His name is Isaac Nabi. We have established he was born and raised in the slum of downtown, right? Kariobangi North,
Kariobangi
an
North,
area called downtown.
an area called downtown.
Neighboring,
Kariadudu,
that one.
Gomongo, Gadesha,
And Korogocho, yes.
And Riverside.
And
Not this Riverside. There's another Riverside.
And Riverside,
Yes.
and somehow by the grace of God you escaped the ills of drugs and crime, and whereas you were losing friends and neighbors, somehow
Yes.
your family was preserved.
Yes.
And you were taken to school in
Sawagongo.
there,
school, yes.
in Siaya County.
In Siaya
Yeah,
County.
it's easier to remember that.
Yes.
And you went to do some training or internship at the Mara.
Yes.
And njaa ikazidi sana. Ukasikia njaa
Eh,
sana.
njaa ikazidi,
Kukuwa na tourists.
Hey, nikarudi.
Ukarudi.
Yes.
And then somehow again, the doors were open for you and you found yourself at Dormant's.
Yes.
And there you met somebody else also who was ready to show you
A
the way.
destiny helper.
Yes.
Yes.
But I jumped somewhere where you also said you went for recruitment, police.
Police recruitment, 4 of them.
And all they did was make you run.
In total, I did like 68 laps. All of them, but they never considered me. So after that, they make you run and then they tell you, can I see your certificate? They're like, where did you get D in maths? Go home.
After run. Have you ever gone back there?
I can't. I can't.
Is it that you were unfit or what was it?
I was very fit actually.
Yeah, because actually you were just 18, 19.
Yes, I was 18 actually.
Yeah.
Turning 19.
So what
I
is
was
it?
very fit.
Why didn't you pass?
I think, as I said, that was not my destiny.
Yeah.
You know, when God has plans for you, no matter how hard you try to do another thing, He'll take you back where he wants you to be.
Yeah.
That is where he'll take you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, like, and I'll also tell you, like, I think in your case, it had a lot to do with the prayers of your mom.
Yes.
Because lots of people start off doing what they don't like, wakishikilia tu.
Yes.
Then kushikilia becomes a permanent thing.
Yes.
But somehow, because you had a praying mom
Yes.
for all her kids.
She's still praying until today.
To date.
Yes.
Yes.
At Leo, I'm sure at 3 a.m. until 6,
Yeah.
she was praying.
She'll be there praying.
Yeah.
So because of that, you were quickly put on the right path.
Yes. Because of her prayer.
Yes.
Yes.
So from dormants, then you got an opportunity to travel abroad.
I went abroad. I studied.
What were you studying?
I did hotel management.
Hotel management. Okay.
Yes.
How
Then,
many years?
4 years.
Wow. How
Yes.
was it, by the way? You know, a child from the slum, your first time in a plane. What was
I'm
that?
telling you, me boarding an Emirates airline, I hadn't even dreamt of a plane. The closest I had ever seen a plane was at Nyayo Stadium, military parade, those 3 that come with colors. But boarding a plane, I was excited. I didn't sleep, honestly. And I felt so nice. You know, you're looking and you just see white men and you see people, and there you go. You go to a foreign country, you land. That is when I realized we were poor. I'm telling you.
We as Kenyans or you as your family?
As our family and our whole neighborhood. All of them were poor. Everybody.
So hold on. Were you the first child in your family to fly out?
No, my bro had flown out before.
Preceded you, okay.
He went to study also abroad.
Okay.
And actually is the person who even opened up doors for me. Yes.
So when you are out there, you realize, enyewe, we are poor.
I realized we were poor. Because, you know, we were staying in a plot. And, you know, in a plot, there's only one bathroom and one toilet. So in the morning, you queue. Yeah, going there, you feel like everything, the roads, you know, everything is structured. And everything just flows. We don't have order. You are like when you want to go to town, you have to queue, you have to fight for a matatu, to like, you just get a metro card, you can go where you want to go, you can go to the mall, you can do all these things.
Yeah.
And life became so easy.
Oh.
I was like, wow. So I don't fancy staying abroad.
Okay.
I love Kenya.
Okay.
Because I believe God has a mission for me here in Kenya. That is why I even decided to come back.
Come back.
So from college, I found myself in Dubai.
Yes.
Where I spent good 10 years.
10.
10.
It magnetized you like that?
That is where my career was molded completely. That is where I got my experience. That is where I knew the tactics, how to run the business. Because I'll tell you, you go to Dubai, first of all, the first time I went, it was summer. I know how it's hot. So I get off the plane, it's still good. Off the airport, when those doors open like this, I asked one of my friends, where is that oven? Because I felt like when you open the oven, the heat.
Yeah.
So Dubai was really good. And I'm privileged to have worked in the top hotels in the world.
Paint that picture for me.
Okay, so I walk in there. Then I'm staying with someone. Then I'm telling him, I don't want to stay with you for long. I want to get a job as soon as possible. So remember my mom, she's praying for me. I'm also praying. Then after a week, you know, in Dubai, what happens when you go for job hunting, you drop CVs. You don't apply online. Nowadays, maybe. Though back in the days, you literally drop.
Yeah.
You see a hotel, you go to the security, you give them the CV.
Okay.
You go to this hotel, you give them the CV. And you know, when Kenyans, when you go to Dubai, the easiest way to find a job is hotels or security.
Okay.
So me being a hotelier, it was easy to get into the hotel. So I applied for a job, and after 3 days,
You were called?
I was called for an interview.
Wow.
So I'm called for an interview. There is a British guy interviewing me and an Indian guy. clearly I can't listen to them very well. This guy was Scottish, actually, and you know how they have heavy accent. Then, after the interview, they said, go outside. I sat there for like 30 minutes. They came back and told me, Isaac, welcome on board. So when can you start? I say, can I join the evening shift? Because the interview was around 4. I say, I'm even ready to do the evening shift.
The same day?
Same day. So they tell me, okay, you know, we have to do your paperwork and everything. You have to go for medical. It's quite a process. So I was out another 2 weeks waiting for the paperwork and everything. Then I joined a company called One and Only the Palm.
Okay.
This is a top brand. I'm telling you, who and who in the world of entertainment and sports, they go there. So can you imagine the first time you walk in a restaurant, the person you see Jennifer Lopez. You look at this side, you see Denzel Washington. You see Andy Murray. I'm telling you a true story. That place is known. Okay. It's only for stars. You see Lewis Hamilton. That is where I knew God had a purpose for me, because I told God, why am I interacting with these people?
What was your role there?
I went there as an F&B assistant manager. Yes.
Oh, wow, manager?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
like after college?
After college,
the first...
because of my papers.
Wow.
Yes. Then from there, I started to grow. So we used to work so hard. It's a 5-star hotel whereby you have top VIPs, top VIPs coming. Like the arrival list, 80% are VIPs. Like people that are known. I'm telling you, on a daily basis.
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
Yeah.
When the football season is over, I'm telling you, all of them rush to One and Only the Palm.
Wow.
So you're in a restaurant, you see Didier Drogba, you see Frank Lampard, you see Ryan Giggs, you see Buffon, you see all of them, Dilap, name them. You see Didier Deschamps, the coach for France. These are people I've interacted with one-on-one, including Cristiano Ronaldo. All of them interacting them there. Yeah, so that made me gain that confidence. And I knew, like, God, why are you exposing me to these people at this early age?
Yeah, because you're, what, 23, 24?
23, 24.
Yeah.
At an early age.
Yeah.
So you go to the restaurant, you talk to them, you talk about football, they give you signed jerseys. And I used to have a friend of mine, he was called Ebenezer. He was also a destiny helper. He's still there. He's in Nairobi now. And Ebenezer used to give me also so much hope, because him now, he was a butler. So a butler is assigned to a specific guest, mostly those stars. So he's doing all their reservations. They want to book dinners outside, shopping, they take them. So Ebenezer used to be so close to these guys.
Eish.
So we come, I say, Ebe, he tells me, hey, Isaac, you know, we went with this guy, Lalana.
He's Kenyan.
He's Kenyan.
Eish.
He tells me we went with Adam Lalana to the mall, came back. I'm like, hey, it is on another level. So the level of exposure that you get in those places is amazing.
Yeah.
There comes another destiny helper. He's called Chef Pierre Barusta. He is French.
French.
You know these chefs with ego. They walk in a place and you will notice them.
Yeah, have presence.
They have the presence.
Yeah.
Like they walk. So there comes this guy. We become friends completely. Because now, he used to love football. I love football. So we used to talk a lot about football. So this guy moves to Four Seasons. Pre-opening. They haven't opened. So he goes there as the head chef. Then he goes there and he tells them, there is one Kenyan who is there. I want you guys to bring him on board. So actually I was in Nairobi for a vacation and I received an email like, when are you available for an interview? We have your resume with us. So I go back, I say I'm back, we schedule an interview. So I went there. Actually the interview was just formality.
Yeah, the chef had spoken.
The chef had spoken. So I go here. Man, now Four Seasons, it is the top hotel in the world.
Yeah, Four Seasons.
Four Seasons is the top hotel in the world. I'm telling you. I've worked there.
So what was your title there?
I go there. Now, chef tells them, Isaac has a unique character. Isaac knows how to talk to the guest. Like niko na mdomo tamu.
You had to put it in Swahili.
Yes. So he tells them, Isaac knows how to talk to the guest. We want to make Isaac the head butler
Ooh.
in this place. So actually I got that role. Now when I thought that I had seen stars at One and Only, wait until I joined Four Seasons. The good thing with Four Seasons, you know, you think you know, wait until you get there. They take you through like 3 months of training for something that you think you know. You understand that you don't know anything. Proper training. They make you understand their values, their mission, what they stand for. They want to instill that in you so you can bring it out. I was the only one in Four Seasons, Jumeirah Beach, who used to handle VIP guests, top VIP guests.
In your 20s?
In my 20s. In my 20s. Name them. Name them.
You handled them.
Some of them they know me by name. I can tell you, Sean Combs, Jay-Z knows me by name, and Beyonce, and Ivy Blue, because I was once their butler when they came to Four Seasons. Yeah. So I've interacted with Jay-Z.
Now that you mention him, you almost have a resemblance, by the way.
That's my brother.
Your face shape.
Yeah. We do. So, you know, and these guys, when they come and you are assigned to them, and they realize mostly Americans, you're Kenyan. Back then, Obama was the new president. They are like, so you come from Nairobi. You know, the interaction becomes more interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So I did an amazing job there. And I think I was destined for something even greater.
Yes.
So at Four Seasons, I work and I love the place. They took me through a thorough training.
Yeah.
And what I like about Four Seasons, I always have to give credit because there are certain values they instilled in me. Do you know what they stand for? Including, I met Isado Sharp. Isado Sharp is the founder of Four Seasons. He's still alive, I believe so.
Oh.
Later on, he sold it to Bill Gates and Prince Walid, who owns it right now. But he still has some shares.
Okay.
When Isado Sharp came for the pre-opening, you know, the president for Four Seasons, these guys have like 100 properties all over the world. He's coming to do the pre-opening. The guy was like, I'm a normal guest, give your other guest priority. This is the owner, my friend. He doesn't want to be served as a VIP. So I learned something. And it stands for one thing, it's in the handbook. When they give you the handbook, they believe in one thing: treat others the same way you'll want them to treat you, which is biblical.
Yes.
But Four Seasons molded me. Then now comes another destiny helper. His name is called Zafar Taher.
Okay.
This guy is he's a billionaire who was really invested in real estate and other businesses. He comes from Jordan.
Oh, Jordan.
He comes from Jordan. From the royal family. The guy likes me so much. So one day, he told me, Isaac, can we meet at 4 at the restaurant where I work, the same building, Four Seasons. He was a guest. He used to come and go.
Yeah.
Then he tells me, can we meet at 4? And then I'm like, yes, we can have tea.
Yeah.
So he comes there at 4. Isaac, where are you? I'm here. We sit down. He asked me, Isaac, how much are they paying you?
Eish.
Trust me, I lied.
What'd you say?
3 times what I was getting.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know. You know, even biblically, by the way, I love God so much, but biblically, that generation from Abraham, they were liars to Isaac. So I'm not, these guys lied, including Sarah.
So you're following the Bible?
I'm following the Bible and what they did. So, so Zafar sits me down, tell me, Isaac, this guy is respected and people fear him. Such a spender. I'm telling you. The guy comes and tell me, Isaac, how much are you earning? That was what he asked me. And I lied. Then he was like, okay, I like what you do. I have something for you. So I'm like, what? Then he said, I'll tell you. So that conversation ended there. Then 2 days, he comes back, he tells me, Isaac, let's revisit that conversation. So he tells me, he hasn't told me what I'm going to do. He tells me, you told me you earn this much, so I'm giving you double. I lied. You see some sweet lies, godly lies. Some godly lies, they really, they're accepted. They're accepted.
So essentially,
Yeah.
you got 6 times.
What I was getting.
Just like that.
Wait until you hear. He tells me, Isaac, I'm still working there.
Yeah.
He tells me tomorrow, go to, it's a Ford showroom, somewhere along Sheikh Zayed Road. He tells me, go there, meet this guy called Mr. Khan. I go and meet him. So I go there. I go to meet this guy. This guy, I'm still working at Four Seasons. This is a day after.
Yeah.
So he tells me, Zafia said, he's buying you a car, you choose the car that you want.
Hey. A boy from Korogosho downtown.
Kariobangi.
Kariobangi.
So I settled for a Ford Fusion. You see a car that you unwrap it like a phone. Actually, they delivered it, not even where I was staying, at my workplace.
So, did your boss see it?
People saw it because it was delivered at the lobby where they park the cars. And they came with those books and I signed some stuff.
So you unwrapping the papers?
I was unwrapping from a Ford Fusion, new one, everything. They gave me a box with 2 keys. You know, I literally unwrapped a new car.
Wait.
0 mileage.
And as you're unwrapping, do you know what it is this guy wants you for?
I still don't know the job.
And you're unwrapping his gifts.
I'm unwrapping his gifts. And then he calls me and say, Isaac, you went there? Yes. You got a car? Yes. So he tells me, I'm coming back in the evening. So he comes back, he says, Isaac, this is what is on the table.
And what was it?
He's opening up a place
Eish.
in downtown. The concept was like ours, you know, serviced hotel apartments.
Yes.
And everything, and he wanted me to go and be the boss.
Overall?
Overall.
To run the whole?
To run the whole place. That was his idea. My mission is to educate people about these things.
Okay.
That is what I want to do.
Okay.
My mission is to, there is no shortcut. Let's not sell brands.
Yeah.
Let's people get value for their money.
Build standards.
And that is what you get here. That is what I've instilled to them.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions for Isaac, how can they find you?
They can find me personally through my work email address, which is isaac.odur@jameswits.com. You can find me through my LinkedIn, which is Isaac Nabi.
Yeah.
And social media, which is Isaac Nabi.
Okay.
Twitter, Isaac Nabi.
Okay.
Yes.
Accessible and available. Any questions you need, any advice, at times you just need someone to hold your hand, to just maybe talk to, maybe you're going through something, you've heard. Find him on social media or isaac.odur@jameswits.com.
Yes.
Do not die with that problem. There's always people, especially on this program, who you can reach out to.
Yes.
In case you didn't get that address, just go to our social media pages on KTN Home and you'll find that and we'll be able to link you up. I am gratified you made the time to tune in tonight on What's Your Story. It keeps getting better and better this year. I kid you not, right? So we also appreciate your feedback. And remember to tune into the repeat this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. From us here at Gem Suites, we say good night and God bless.
Gem Suites Hotel and Luxury Serviced Apartments currently boasts 2 properties within Kenya. Gem Suites State House Crescent, set in the exclusive State House neighborhood, comprises of 34 well-appointed apartments, and Gem Suites Riverside, set up in a secure, private and tranquil setting in the upscale Riverside neighborhood with 98 luxuriously appointed full-service 1- and 2-bedroom apartments, superior hotel rooms and presidential penthouses.